Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Circle on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Ubon Musoro. A quick reminder, Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times 276. The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, NARD, has scheduled an extraordinary executive council meeting to review the 30-day ultimatum earlier issued to the federal government. The notice was signed by the Secretary General, Dr. Shuaibu Ibrahim, addressing the National Officers Committee, KECO's leader, Center President, and General Secretaries. The association said the meeting will be held virtually on Saturday, October the 25th, 2025. The agenda of the meeting, according to the notice, is to review the ultimatum and evaluate the government's response to the association unresolved demands. The National Leadership of the Academic Staff Union of Nigerian Universities, ASU, will meet to evaluate its position on the ongoing strike by its members. The development follows the union's disclosure that the government's renegotiation team, led by Yahya Ahmed, came to the negotiation table with a documented response to the union's demand and made some offers to it. According to a strike bulletin, the union acknowledged the progress was being made, recorded in certain areas such as the release of the third-party deductions, areas of promotion, mainstreaming of the earned academic allowance, confiscation of the University of Abuja land, and victimization of its members in Kaduna State University, Lagos State University, and the Federal University of Technology, Owerri. The Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, says it is strengthening collaboration with the Universal Basic Education Commission, UBEC, to promote transparency and accountability in Nigeria's basic education sector. The Commission's chairman, Dr. Musa Liu, stated this while receiving UBEC's Executive Secretary, Dr. Aisha Gaba, and a management team during a courtesy visit to the Commission's headquarters in Abuja. Dr. Liu said the partnership will ensure that funds allocated for basic education are effectively utilized for the benefit of Nigerian children, noting that the Commission's constituency and executive project tracking initiative is a key tool in monitoring UBEC's funded projects nationwide. In a landmark development, the National University Commission has officially issued a license to the University of Innovation, Science and Technology, OMUMA, making it the 4th university in Imo State and the 70th state university and the 301st in Nigeria's university system. Education correspondent Priscilla Obasi has the rest of the report.
At the National Universities Commission headquarters in Abuja, the NUC officially granted a full operational license to the University of Innovation, Science and Technology, OMUMA, marking a major milestone for tertiary education in Imo State. The Executive Secretary to the Commission, Professor Abdullahi Ribadu, presented the license to the Governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, describing the approval as a bold step towards expanding access to quality higher education, empowering young people, and promoting knowledge-driven development across the state.
To celebrate this achievement, I call on all stakeholders, including government officials, university administrators, staff, and students, to work together to ensure that the institution flourishes and upholds the highest standards of academic integrity. We should also uphold good research excellence, and good governance.
In his remarks, Governor Hope Uzodinma said the establishment of the new university represents a landmark moment for Imo State's education sector. He explained that the institution, in collaboration with Imo Digital City, will partner with Bentley University in California to develop a robust digital curriculum that fosters innovation, startups, and youth entrepreneurship.
Admission into a commendable and reputable university or tertiary institution has also won this race. The University of Innovation, Science and Technology, OMUMA, in partnership with Imo Digital City, we have already a mentoring agreement with the University of Berkeley in California.
The highlight of the event was the formal presentation of the university's strategic document by the NUC Executive Secretary to the governor. Priscilla Abasi, Global Television News.
Operations intensifying for its national elective convention. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has assured that adequate accommodation will be provided for delegates, party leaders, and special guests. This assurance came as the party's accommodation subcommittee met in Abuja to fine-tune logistics ahead of the convention scheduled for November the 14th and 15th in Ibadan, Oyo State. Our correspondent brings reports.
With less than a month to the PDP National Convention, members of the Accommodation Subcommittee met to review hotel arrangements, delegate accommodation allocation, transport links from hotel to convention venue, and welfare support for attendees. The chairman of the committee and governor of Osun State, Senator Ademola Adeleke, said accommodation planning is a critical component of a successful convention and must reflect the unity and organization of the PDP.
So I don't want anybody to lose hope. I want everybody to keep hope alive. Contribute your quota. But if you know you don't belong here, nobody's forcing you to stay in PDP. But for you to say you want to stay in PDP and destroy it, it will not work. Yes. Because God is on the throne.
Also speaking, former Minister of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Affairs, Kabiru Tanimu Turaki, said accommodation logistics will be handled professionally to avoid confusion during the national event.
Let me say that each and every one of you were carefully selected into this committee. If you look at yourselves and the people around you, you will see that this committee is different from other committees.
With accommodation arrangements now at advanced stage, the committee says it is confident that delegates attending the PDP National Convention in Ibadan will have a seamless experience. Ubon Usoro for Global Television News.
The Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NELFund, has officially opened its student loan application portal for the 2025-2026 academic session. This is contained in the statement issued by NELFund's Director of Strategic Communication, Oseyemi Oluwatuyi. The loan is expected to provide financial support for students across tertiary institutions in Nigeria. The Senate has urged the federal government to consider reviewing upward the minimum wage and salary structure of the men and women of the Nigerian Armed Forces in line with current realities and worried rising cost of living and worsening economic hardship. Former Senate Chief Whip Senator Ali Ndume raised the motion titled Urgent Need for the Increase in Minimum Wage and Improve Conditions of Service for members of the Nigerian Armed Forces and other security agencies. In the motion, Dume said the nation's troops and security operatives deserve better compensation given the scale of risk and sacrifices they undertake to preserve national security. The Nigerian Senate has passed a bill seeking to establish the Nigerian Mines Rangers Service, a specialized security outfit designed to combat illegal and artisanal mining activities across the country. The bill, sponsored by Senator Muhammad Onawu, aims to provide a legal framework for safeguarding mining operations, enforcing environmental and safety regulations, and promoting sustainable mining practices at Nigeria's extractive sector. Onawu noted that the Nigerian Mines Rangers Service will be tasked with responsibilities such as curbing illegal mining, rescuing trapped miners, providing emergency medical response, investigating mining accidents, and ensuring compliance with mining standards. The Federal High Court in Abuja has rescheduled the cybercrime trial of Senator representing Kogi Central Senatorial District Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan to November the 24th. The new hearing date was fixed following the resumption of court activities that were stalled the previous day due to the Free Nnamdi Kanu protest organized by activist Omoyele Sowore. The protest that disrupted proceedings on October 20th, the initial date slated for the trial in court. Experts say maintaining good personal hygiene is essential, not only for preventing diseases, but also for boosting self-esteem and overall quality of life. Health correspondent Zahra Nazir takes a look at why good hygiene matters and files in this report.
Medical experts say personal hygiene protects individuals and the community from germs, boosts self-esteem, and helps create a positive impression on others. According to health experts, regular hygiene practices such as washing hands, bathing, and brushing teeth help prevent infections, reduce the spread of germs, and promote mental well-being. In Abuja, some residents told Global TV how they maintain their hygiene routines and why they consider cleanliness vital to their health and daily comfort.
Number one, my teeth. I'm supposed to brush at least 3 times a day. My body, I'm supposed to bathe 3 times a day. Then I'm supposed to wash my clothes, keep myself clean.
You can take care of your personal hygiene by taking good care of yourself and also taking care of what you eat, the water you drink, and most of all your personal appearance, the way you appear, the way you sit out before people.
I keep it clean as much as I can. For example, I have my bath in the morning before I go to work, do the activities of the day. When I come back in the evening, I must have a bath before I sleep. And equally have a brush. I brush my teeth in the morning and brush my teeth in the night before I sleep.
Poor hygiene and sanitation have been linked to numerous diseases, including skin infections, cholera, and tooth decay, reinforcing the need for regular and poor hygiene habits.
Before eating, I used to wash my hands, and after eating, I used to wash my hand also. In the morning when I wake up, I make sure I take care of my teeth. Then after, in the morning and the evening also, before going to bed, I also take care of it.
It's very important to keep it because it will even help your health to live long. Like somebody like me, I don't used to sick.
Staying clean is not just a personal responsibility, but a collective effort toward building a healthier society. Zahra Nazir, reporting for Global TV News.
You're watching the live broadcast of News Circle. When News Circle returns, Paul Biya declared as professional winner of Cameroon's presidential election. Details coming shortly, plus business and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please do stay with us. In business, the House of Representatives has resolved to intervene in the recent face-off between members of the Petroleum and Natural Gas Senior Staff Association of Nigeria, PENGASSN, and Dangote Refinery, which had disrupted petroleum product distribution nationwide. The resolution of the House followed the consideration and adoption of a motion of urgent public importance co-sponsored by KANU and Sokoto lawmakers, Hassan Dugoa and Abdul Samad Danzuki, respectively, at plenary. The face-off between PENGASSN and Dangote Refinery led to an industrial action which commenced on September 29, 2025, disrupting the operations at the 20 billion naira refinery. The federal government has launched a comprehensive revenue recovery exercise aimed at boosting inflows into the Federation account. As part of the initiative, more than 50 consultants have been inaugurated to identify and recover unremitted revenues across key sectors of the economy. The exercise, which is jointly coordinated by the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission and the Federal Inland Revenue Service, is expected to be completed within 6 months. Also, the Nigerian Customs Service has launched its digital reform agenda, with a new online platform aimed at ending vehicle smuggling and improving transparency in import verification. The Comptroller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, says the launch marks a major leap in the service's digital transformation drive aimed at tracking vehicle smuggling and promoting transparency in trade operations. Business correspondent Kika Lomo Okere completes the reports.
For years, the vehicle verification process relied on outdated and fragmented methods that encouraged misinformation, fraud, and revenue leakages. Comptroller General of Customs Bashir Adewale Adeniyi described the innovation as a game changer that will redefine how vehicle verification is conducted across the custom ecosystem. It reveals that the new digital system introduces a faster and more secure process for verifying the duty payment status of imported vehicles.
There is no phase to it. It's been launched. It is web-based. Anybody can access it from anywhere in the world. And the card that you are going to use for it is any card issued by any financial institution in Nigeria or indeed anywhere in the world.
Adeniyi says the platform will also empower the public to make informed vehicle purchase decisions and curb the circulation of smuggled or improperly cleared vehicles. He added that the initiative is another demonstration of the service commitment to modernization, transparency, and building public trust.
And that's why we have officially unveiled it. And the members of the Motor Dealers Association, who we consider very strategic stakeholders in this business, have not disappointed us by telling us that their members will embrace it so that they are sure that vehicles that they will be putting out for to Nigerians are properly documented and are cleared by the Nigeria Customs Service.
With the launch of the Customs Verification Management System, the service says it is reaffirming its commitment to a smarter, faster, and more transparent approach to vehicle clearance and trade facilitation. Kike Lomo Okere, Global Television News.
On the foreign scene, 8 days after Cameroon's presidential election, the National Voting Counting Commission released provisional results pointing to the victory of incumbent President Paul Biya. The commission said Biya arrived first with over 53% of the vote in front of his main opponent Issa Tuchu Bakari at 35%. These preliminary results are already disputed. Opposition candidate Issa Tuchu Roma has been claiming victory for the past week. The military officials in Congo says over 40 persons of the M23 rebel group have surrendered in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The officials stated that the fighters who turned over their arms were reportedly civilians, soldiers and police officers who had been kidnapped and forcefully conscripted when the cities of Goma and Bukavu were captured by M23 earlier this year. The fighters surrendered in North Kivu province, Kelego and South Kivu, and included 2 officers. An army commander called on other rebels to follow suit. More than 100 persons gathered outside Nicolas Sarkozy's home on Tuesday morning to show their support as the former French president prepared to leave for La Santa prison in Paris. Sarkozy, French right-wing leader from 2007 to 2012, was found guilty last month of seeking to acquire funding from Muammar Gaddafi's Libya for the campaign that saw him elected. Uyi Abumavuegbe has the rest of the story.
The Frenchman has become the first former head of a European Union state to be jailed, proclaiming his innocence as he entered a Paris prison.
Ça, c'était à Villepinte, lorsque Sarkozy nous avait dit « Il nous reste que 3 jours pour pouvoir... »
The 70-year-old, who has appealed the verdict, was seen leaving his home after a short drive, flanked by police on motorbikes, entered the La Chante prison in the French capital. Sarkozy was handed a 5-year jail term in September for criminal conspiracy over a plan for late Libyan dictator Gaddafi to fund his electoral campaign. Sarkozy's lawyer, Christophe Ingrain, said a request had been immediately filed for the former French leader's release. Uyi Agbomofwegbe reporting for Global TV News.
In sports, Port Harcourt has been confirmed as the host city for the finals of the 2025 Nigerian Men's Premier Basketball League. In a statement signed by the Nigerian Basketball Federation Vice President and Chairman of the Premier Basketball League, Babs Ogunade, and released by the Federation Secretary, Amina Amenchi, the decision followed the successful completion of the Atlantic and Savannah conferences. The Federation says the bids were invited from participating clubs to host the Final 8 and Final 4 stages of the competition. The Nigeria Football Federation has confirmed the cancellation of Super Eagles' planned friendly matches against Venezuela and Colombia in the United States, following the team's qualification for the 2026 World Cup playoffs. Speaking with Newsmen, Federation Director of Communication, Dr. Ademola Olajire, said the decision was inevitable after the Super Eagles secured a playoff spot. Still sports. Super Falcons have commenced full training in Lome ahead of their 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations final qualifying first leg clash against Benin Republic. Camp updates from the team's media officer on Monday evening confirmed that the session was concluded successfully, with defender Tosin Deheme being the latest arrival to join the squad. 9 players are now in camp, including 6-time African Footballer of the Year Asisat Oshoala, new invitee Joy Omewa, China-based forward Folasade Ejamisulu, and home-based quartet of goalkeeper Andelian Mbache, defenders Blessing Ivida Miracle Osani, midfielder Taiwa Folabi, and forward Kafadat Masiare. And that's it on Global TV News Circle. A quick reminder, Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @GlobalTVNG. My name is Ubong Usoro. Bye for now.